Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me for my card creation series. This is Rochelle Lead-Smith and I'm from Stamping Flair. I'm an independent Stamping Up demonstrator based in Melbourne in Australia. My card creation series this week is using the lovely Blossom Suite, and this is card number 3, and we are creating a fancy fold card. It's a front flap flip top fancy fold, and that's a mouthful. It's a very easy card, so I hope you stick around. We have a few elements to it, and I will walk you through step by step how you can create it. There's a couple of ways that you can participate in this class. Until the 20th of February, I've got the option for you to purchase a kit Australia-wide. So the kit includes all the cardstock that I use in this class. If there's embossing, I emboss it for you. Any dies outside of the bundle, I die cut for you. You will get 1/3 of the pack of the designer series paper, so you can swap and use anything else, different designs if you want. Things like this, which I use two-tone cardstock, you will get all that embossed and everything how I use it. You'll get the envelopes. It includes track postage Australia-wide, and the cost of the kit is $55. So I've do the hard work for you. I take the element of design as well, because sometimes that I find for me when card making, designing takes a fair bit of time. So hopefully that helps for you to just start creating and just get on with the fun part of creating. You can, of course, you don't have to follow the design. You can change it to what you like. So these are the first 2 cards we created. This is day 1 and this is day 2. You will also get, for in that price, you will get that email of the PDF. The PDF includes measurements in metric and imperial, so you choose what works best for you. The PDF on its own can be purchased for $20, so you can participate in the class worldwide, and that will be available for instant download after the 14th of Feb. But on the 14th, I will email that for those who want to purchase it today, or those who have already purchased it. You will get that emailed after the class finishes, and that's how that works. And you will get lots of photos and clear photos and supply lists, so it's easy to craft along with. So today, our fun fold, we'll do some preparation first, and I will share with you some ideas for making the most out of this bundle and suite. I have shared lots of tips in the other 2 cards as well, so make sure you check it out. Check out those videos. It's very helpful, as you will learn some, perhaps, or it'll remind you of some tips you already know, but it's just good to revisit some things. So let's start with some stamping. And what I will share with you things that you will get in your kit, and perhaps things that you will have to, I will mention things that you will have to die cut, so you know what you will need. I will provide all the cardstock. Oops, for you to die cut. That was my heat gun, but we don't need that today. Sounds like I just threw it. It just slipped off my desk. I've been creating lots today, and we're going to stamp in Secrecy. And my desk is a bit of a riot. I was telling my daughter, I said, I need to just pull everything off my desk and give it, just one of those cleansings and start afresh. Just so that I can feel like, I need to just breathe. So we're going to stamp 2 of these small flowers. And first, while I've got secrets, we'll do that later. I was going to do some blending, but let's not let's not confuse the process. Okay, now we've got some cloud cover and we're going to do some stamping of leaves in cloud cover. So you need 3 of these leaves. This is quite, the stamp set itself has lots of sentiments. So image wise, it's very simple. It's not heavy on the images, but the dies have heaps and heaps of images. So together they provide, I think it's a great bundle. And the images, even though the stamp sets, like it's really only got 3 images, 2 flowers and a leaf. But there's so much you can do with it. And I'm just scratching the surface here with this class. The sentiments, plenty. And for the sentiments, I mean, there's so much you can do. So we'll get all the stamping done and prepped. So we are ready to go. So we'll do some of that. I'm looking at my card, getting some bits and pieces ready. I didn't actually cut the sentiment portion, but we can do that. Now I am going to bring in some extra die cuts, which you will get it will be prepared for you and provided for you in your kit. I love these leaves from the Delicate Pines. Now something tells me this may be on the last chance, but let me see. But you don't have to worry because I will give this to you. Delicate Pines. It is on last chance. So I'll get 2 of these leaves, right? I've used them so much. They are really, it's a lovely little leaf. This is the one with snowflakes, lots of images of snowflakes, but these leaves are very handy. I'm going to color them in with light old olive. And I will explain process as I'm assembling why I do this and what the advantages of this are. I think I only need the top half of the second one. I might not even need the bottom half of the one, but I just did one. So we've got our leaves done. The next element I have is this, which I've die cut in cloud cover. This is the circles, which is larger, but you only need part of it. And I will provide you with the cardstock. You will need to die cut it. So should have the fun of doing some things, you know. And we're going to do some ink blending on this piece. I'm using Secret C. And with Secret C being the darker color, it's going to be easier. I use the same blending brush from a lot of my darker blues. I do have one for lighter and colors, and then my darker one. So I'm not being too worried that I'm going straight onto my panel here. So basically with this, there's 3 full circles. I'm going for, this is going to be the lightest, then middle of the varied color and dark. So I can start blending out. They create a monochromatic, that ombre look. So then you can go really deep. And it's effective when you do it like this. And I will bring that up a little bit here. No, it's all right. I've just got a bit of mark there. That's all right. Just bring it over so it's not like a stark marking as such. You want a nice blend. Right, so we've got that done. There's lots of bits and pieces in this, so we got that. And there's one little bit from the inside which we'll be using, and it's this crumb cake piece, and we'll be doing some die cutting on that as well. So I'm going to die cut these leaves, and we'll do the flowers, and we can do all that die cutting now before we start with the fun fold. If you haven't tried a card creation series, I encourage you to give it a try. See how you like it. It's worth you seeing, okay, what you get in your kit and how it works and the value it is. You do get lots of product, and you'll have plenty of cardstock left, not cardstock, plenty of designer series paper left, so you can create lots more with your leftovers. So that's nice. And then if you want some more, you can purchase some more, and I will have a full supply list for you, so that's always, you can add more. I give you a bit of a taster. All the embellishments come for you and things. So if you enjoy online virtual classes, we've got with the Stamping Lounge, we're all virtual, so you can join worldwide. Stamping Lounge is a crafting community. Kayla, my historian, and I are the creative team there. This week, as part of our membership, we have a Gears and Textures class. Now, if you're a member, that is part of your membership, you get it free. So that is our regular monthly class. If you want to purchase just the class, you can do so. It's $24.95. The price of our monthly membership is $24.95. So if you check the value, you're better off getting a monthly membership. Trying it for a month, you're going to get the Gears and Textures class, plus all the other classes that have gone before, and also have access to all the content that is there, so you can see for yourself what is there. And that's $24.95. You get to try it for a month. Don't like it, you can unsubscribe, right? Just tell it, I'll cancel out the subscription. If you love it, stay on. We do have a mystery stamping every month. Any catalog launches we have is free. We have one every catalog, and we share new content every month. So you know you're guaranteed 3 new projects or 3 new techniques or something we will share with you every month, and sometimes there's more, all sorts of fun things. We also have a retreat coming up now. The retreat is extra on top of the membership. So this time it's the Cute as a Bug suite. The virtual kind is $54.95. It's a 2-day retreat, 18 projects. You can find all the information on my blog under events. Everything is there for you. Okay, I'll bring back my machine. I've got to do some die cutting here. So this is what I'm calling the bridge piece, and it'll make sense once we make the card. I'm going to flip how I'm doing this just so I can see where the die is going and where it's going to cut. I basically just knead it in the center of this. So I could actually, and yeah, it's going to leave a bit of, well, it doesn't matter, you could go either way, but actually it might work better this way. I changed my mind. So I see more of a pattern that way. So try and get as much in the center. And if you can match up that diamond pattern, I'm going to cover that up. There will be a mark from the die, and which we will put a little bit of something on it. It's not like a cut mark, but just the indentation. See what I mean by the indentation? Just that. This will all make sense in a moment. But the kit registrations close on the 20th, so you have up until the 20th to register for the kit. All right, so we've got all our elements as far as I can remember. All right. So basic card base. Our card base is crumb cake. And this fold, I have done something similar, but this added bit I saw with Mitosu Crafts. It just came up on a short, and I thought, oh, that's cute. And it's nice and easy. It's just my style. So we're going to place I'm going to bring that closer so you can see. So see that 2.5 mark. So I'm going to place my top at the 2.5 mark. Right. But we're not cutting through. We're going to cut only on this panel. So your front of the card. So I like to, sometimes I find it easier so I can see what I'm doing, because you're looking for that line, and it's a bit easier to go like that. Right, so you're having that. So that's 2.5 centimeters. I'm going on either side. Now you're doing the same thing on this side. So after we flip it on that side, I'll add it there. Now this is your thing. Again, we're going, I'm starting at the bottom. My blade needs changing, so it's a bit dodgy. My cutting is a bit dodgy. I meant to change it before it's done. A whack, fair bit of, you know, when we had the sale for blades, I bought heaps. Well, heaps, like 3 packs. It's heaps for me. So I don't buy it like that. I always buy 1 pack or something at a time. I went a bit crazy. So that's the basic fold, right? Then we're going to add some extras. Now we'll bring in bits and pieces because we don't have enough already. All right, so we've got a piece of this designer series paper. Tell me, is this your favorite? I think this is my favorite in the pack. It's one of mine. You know, I think I cut my did I? I'm supposed to have a matte layer, and I might have cut my circles out of that. Never mind. I will cut another piece. I'm so silly sometimes. Let me cut a matte layer. We're supposed to have a matte layer for this. Oh, that was not meant to happen. One thing I meant to do was bring some dimensionals as well. So let's do that. Okay, so that fits nicely there. And that'll just go like that. I love that combination. So nice. We'll glue this onto the cloud cover cardstock. You got that. Next we have a couple of pieces of old olive, which are the side panels. And we've got some of the cloud cover stripy paper for those panels. So we'll stick them down. And when you get your DSP, you can pick whichever designer series paper you have, so you can cut it to size. Oh, that was a bit short. I had a moment there. Let's cut that. You know, that's the right size. Don't ask me what I think sometimes, or do. I should just look up my measurements on the PDF. That'll be better. 0.7. They're very weird measurements there because they're such tiny pieces. So they're like 0.7, and because I like to have the smaller pieces. And so I got tiny. Let me go to be on the safe side here. What sort of a margin do you give on your when you do things? Like, I think that's right. Yep, that's right. On your, do you use it like a quarter, 4 mil, or 6 mil? Was it quarter inch, half an inch? When you're bigger panels, 1/8 inch. Just a 1/8 quarter inch. I work in both metric, imperial, whatever's like. Sometimes both are easy. It's easier in the imperial, like depending on, of course, if you're working with the 12 by 12, sometimes it's easier. But not if with the A4 cardstock. Just going this straight down. Okay. Just check this out. See that it matches. So easiest thing, I go like this because sometimes you will see that it might be a smidgen out. I can see that that is slightly needs a bit of a cut on the side, and it's only because cardstock can be like a millimeter. I mean, I might cut wrong as well. I'm not saying that, but like you might find it's a smidgen out and you want it to be nice. And because you can't really cover that side because that's going to open up. Well, you could add flowers or something that side. It's not going to hinder the mechanism or anything like that. I wouldn't even call this a mechanism. It's this is the panel, I would say. Right. So now we have got this piece, and that's going to layer onto my cloud cover piece. All right, so that's crumb cake on cloud cover. So just glue that on like that. Just add a bit of glue around so it sits nicely. You'll lift this up, and this is going to sit behind these panels. So that's going to lift like that. So we are going to add, I'm eyeballing this. That's how I roll. So I'm going to place that somewhere around there. So I keep it straight. You kind of can gauge how far that goes in. Then if you bring that down, you can then cut off any excess after. Make sure you press it down. Then that will lift like that. I'll bring in my scissors, cut off this excess here. Okay, so oops. Just make sure that hasn't got glue. Now I'm just going to put some bits of DSP there to cover that up. But let's do the front first. We'll bring in this piece we blended in before, and I'm going to add dimensionals on all this, right? Because I wanted it to sit up. So let me bring that in so you can see better. It's been very overcast here today. It almost feels like daylight savings. It's ending. That's what it feels like. And we're going into what? Next. Yeah, we're in autumn next month, aren't we? Yes. Right now we have, as I say, it's not long to go until we have on stage. And that's where my brain was going. I'm thinking of several things. I was going to say, right now we have in a few more weeks, we have on stage. It's actually less than a month away, which is exciting. On stage is an event for demonstrators, which if you can choose to attend. And this time it's in Sydney. I've talked about it a fair bit. So I'm looking forward to going and meeting lots of new people. lots of old friends as well. That's what I like, catching up. So I need to get my projects. I like to do swaps. Swaps are something we do. You don't have to, but you do swaps. You create a bunch of the same card. Sometimes we do it in different colors, and you share. It's a means of sharing your creations with others in a way that you can. It is to get to know someone. You get to know new people. So you say, "Have you got a swap?" And then you say, "Hello, where are you from?" Oh, nice. You meet lots of people like that, and I think it's nice to. It's a really nice way to get to know people. So here I've just bent those petals a bit. We're going to add one here. Again, I'm doing that, just adding one little dimensional or half a dimensional, just to give me placement. I'm going to probably, then I can still adjust it. Others, if you have too much, it's hard to adjust as well your placement once you've got a lot going on. I will have you will die cut 2 of these. You couldn't die cut smaller ones. When I went to die cut this, I couldn't find my small die because it's on my messy desk. That's how crazy my desk is at the moment. And that's why I said, that's it. I need a clean. So on my sample, there is a small leaf. So yeah, so doing swaps is a great way to meet people. So which was going to get me onto talking about our join offer at the moment and the stamping positioner. The stamping positioner is a free tool which is coming to you if you purchase the starter kit, which is on offer at the moment for $169. That's our all-round year offer, and you pay $169. You choose $235 of product, and until the 2nd of March, you can get the stamping positioner free. So that is a nice little add-on to get a little bit more value in your starter kit. And why not get something extra if you can? You can add any last chance products, anything like that. And the perks of that, and that's what it's the community. When you come purchase that starter kit, it's going to bring you a lot of perks, like the friendships. It gets you a 20% discount, a minimum 20% discount. You get early release products. You get to see the catalog early. Next month we see the catalog. That's always exciting. We always get excited. That never gets old. That's one thing that I never tire of. Always looking to see a new catalog. You can adjust these how you like. I'm just putting them in between. I might adjust this one. Somehow my little dimensional has disappeared. Got caught. Let me put this under this leaf, I think. Just adjustment wise might look nicer. I'll put that leaf over. Just make it more natural. So it's coming together. So this I die cut out of the designer series paper. Maybe if I pull that again. Just give it a little bit of a curve. The reason you can cut these out of old olive. I colored this with light old olive. It's going to give you different variations of old olive. So we've got old olive here on the designer series paper. You've got old olive textured from, again, which we've die cut from designer series paper. We've got a lighter shade of old olive. So it's offering you different looks with old olive. And that's what I think is nice to give your cards some variation. I'm going to cut this in half. This is such a nice shaped leaf. So while my flowers have been just as simple, I've just stamped it on white and have not added anything else, right? I didn't color it. We've seen different ways to use these flowers. And tomorrow we'll have another way. And to so if you're not a colorer, I'm not a colorist, someone who likes coloring, you don't have to color it. So now I'm adding fullness to this arrangement. And this is just the front. We've got to still do the inside. So I'm putting one kind of up and one down. So it looks like it's, the smaller leaf would have been better, but I can't find it. It's all right, it's working. I'm going to cut these leaves apart. You know how they say, if my head wasn't screwed on, sometimes I'm like that. If it wasn't screwed on, I'd lose it. Just kind of tuck it in here and there so it looks natural. And then we'll maybe make it 5 of these. And we could even put 6, but we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't look odd, you can do it. You can put an even number. If it does, you can put an even number if it doesn't look odd. That I just realized what I said. If it looks okay, it's fine. Rules are there, but you don't have to stick to it. The odd rule doesn't have to be adhered to if it's not looking weird to your eye. It's your creation. You can do what you like. I want it to go under there. Then and I can still see those 3 colors underneath. I need some of that green, light green under there. Oh, I didn't color that, so I will see. Maybe I will color this one. And your bouquet might be, or your floral cluster might be different, because every time you arrange this, it's going to be different. So Just how it is. Don't worry. Because it's just the angle. One might be slightly up, one might be slightly down, and I'll cut that in half and I'll split it. Because then I can place it closer together so it doesn't look strange. We'll see how it looks. It might still look strange. And there, yeah, that's better. Yeah. Gonna add a bit more glue, I think, on that. If you wanted to just do a few extra, and then you have them just to adjust and fiddle with. And once you have them, if you don't use it, you can use it on, keep it in your scrap. And you can use it for another project, so gift tags or to decorate a box or something. Just gonna get my, just gonna move my tweezers, but not that much. That might work better. Okay, I think I'm okay with that. I'll leave it, unless I'll fiddle with this one little leaf. All right, we're done. Now, inside. You can put a sentiment there, which is the original when I saw it. That's how they've done it. I decided to put, we have so many nice panels like this, so I thought we'll put one of them in. And that matches up with that front, so I thought that would be nice. Add your dimensionals on the center, in the center, because I went to town adding dimensionals all over, completely forgetting that that's going to be visible. So don't do what I did. And maybe an extra one, just see, because that's all that's holding it, right? The smaller one up there, like that. Now, just for that little corner, I added, and I thought you don't have to do it, but I just thought it was nice as well. Just something a little bit extra. Something in my envelope here. Just two little panels of the old olive. And it just takes, oh, I think they were a bit short. No. I thought that was shorter. Let me cut two more. That was, what was I thinking? And I've got to cut panels for my sentiment as well, which is all right. 3 by 1, 3 by 2. Just a minuscule, like you'll lift, just scrap, really. Scrappy pieces. So a little bit wider. Sorry. If anyone's going to on stage and I'd love to say hi to you, so come say hi. Introduce yourself. Ah, what am I doing? I will get that off with the glue eraser after. Okay. Right, so for the sentiment, as I was doing this sentiment, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I wanted to do sending love, and then I ended up doing the sending smiles in here. And I cut apart the two sentiments. And I thought, so I could use the sending separately and the love separately. So you can get two different sentiments from this set. So you get sending smiles and love you. So I thought if I cut the sendings and the love, I'll get two. How many can mask it? Apart. I thought, oh no, let's just cut it. So I cut it, which is okay. But then in the end, I ended up using sending smiles because I do that sometimes. So let me get the bigger block. So really now it just locks in together this way. If I do it upside down, have I got upside? No, that's why it doesn't fit. It'll just fit. It's just one cut. So you don't do, when you cut, just do one cut so it's fits easy. Let's do it on a scrap piece so we'll see whether it's lining up fine. Let me do a scrap piece, stamping. See all my stamping? Yeah, that's fine. So if you just do one cut on your stamps, do you cut your stamps? Be brave, cut your stamps. I do a lot. I've been cutting a few lately, which I might be smart or not smart, I don't know, but I have been doing it. I think it offers a bit more versatility when you cut your, if you need to, if the sentiment is not doing for you what you want it to, and it's not going to provide as much use for you, and it's easy to cut it. That's what you can mask it, but I think it's easier to you get more use. And if you can then use it for backgrounds, just a lot more ways to use it. That's what I feel. Like if you wanted to stamp it multiple times, you don't have to mask it multiple times and things like that. It's just that's my preference. Sometimes it's not easy. It's not that easy to cut it because it's too close to the edge or something like that. Then you go, no, it's not worth it. but other times you can. If you haven't done it, do it on something maybe, and you want to try it. Do it on a sentiment perhaps you are not going to really, you go, it's not, I don't care if it's one I don't use because it's not really my fave. You know, then test it out. This is the crosshatch from the Gears and Textures, which I've been using just to provide a little bit of texture on this stamp. Now I'm going to cut these into 2 words because I didn't want to place it like that and cover up too much of the flower, and I thought, oh, it will work nicely like this. Let me get a little bit of, and you can, let me step. Just fussy cut around your sentiment. Okay, so just to, if you bump it up on one side, then you won't have to fussy cut too much, or 2 sides even where you can. Then you just have to trim around small. It won't be too much for you to trim around. It's easier like this. Right. If you prefer, you can use your trimmer. I'll just go a bit more. So again, a clean cut. There we go. Just a bit of more rusticy border, I guess, on this. So on this, I'm just gonna go like sending smiles. We'll send them the right way up, not upside down. Sending, and then I might just put it this way a little bit. Smiles. Again, when you put the dimensionals on here, just be wary of where you're placing them. Okay, we're nearly done, and then we'll do the inside of the card, which is a basic white matte layer. Sorry, a cloud cover matte layer and a basic white layer. Is that my layer? That might be too big. We'll cut it down. I promise you I had all this ready, and somehow I'm thinking I've used, oh, here we are, I do have it ready. It's just fallen out of envelope. So cloud cover that, and what we're going to do is stamp these leaves along the bottom just to create a nice little border. We'll stamp it in Old Olive. side for now, or olive. I'm gonna go that. Just move it along like that. And if it overlaps, doesn't matter. I have a bit of a thing there. I'm not too fussed. I can adjust it a bit. So, do some ink blending. Just on the face. Then I'll bring in that crosshatch stamp again, just to add some continuity again. Just very, not anything magnificent, just very rough. But that's how you want your inside sometimes of your card, just to be a simple. Let me see whether this border is right. I'm gonna check that. Yep, that's right. So I'll cut this down. And see, I'm gonna change my blade. It doesn't matter. 9.5. This blade is gonna go. So yeah, I did lose a bit of the I didn't think, and I still got the greenery, which is nice. I can add my green a bit more. And that you can add on your envelope too, or you can add designer series paper like I did. Have been doing the last couple of days. That would be nice on the back of on the flap, on the envelope flap, I should say. I feel that's good. That's the good thing with liquid glue. You get a bit of time. So I'm going to pull this a bit, make that a bit smaller, and I will make my layer for my cloud cover a little bit smaller too, so it doesn't look awkward. Just a touch. So then it should fit nicely. Yeah. Sort of. It'll be still a little bit off on the bottom, but that will do, guys. You know, I don't do too much editing on these videos. You get what you get, and you get my process. It's sometimes a bit wonky, but it's a process, and you see the real thing. And go with that Rochelle. She does some weird stuff. Yeah, that's okay. Now let's add some linen thread, and I will show you my original card. And I'm just adding a single ball. And the way I'm going today, honestly, I think I won't even find my stuff. I thought I won't find a glue dot. This is how my linen thread came out. Like the one like in between has rolled out. And no, I want my nice roll. All right, let's do All right, so there we are. That's our linen thread in there, and let's add the moody glossy dots or glossy moody dots, whichever way you want to call it. And when you're looking for it in the store, just type in moody and it comes up. I don't think it likes being called moody, but anyway. I put them there and there. I'm using the old olive ones. I really like these. They're just so nice and shiny. And they're glossy. So then we've got our card done. We've finished. So I didn't add a sentiment on the front. So this guy doesn't want to stick down. You could add one on the front, but I thought it was nice just to have that focal element visible nicely. So which is rare because we normally put a sentiment on the front. Here's our original. Wait, and the inside. So here I could move that a bit, but I don't think it matters. I think it's fine there. Leave it. Same thing, and we move that up. Move that up, and that's it's a fancy fold. That's the front flap flip top fancy fold. So it's the basic. You just cut that, and we've just added what I'm calling a bridge on that card, so you get that extra little surprise underneath, and how you can decorate that is entirely up to you. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Link to purchase the kit is below, and you can add any additional supplies you want which is outside of the kit, which you need, like ink pads and things, in the online store. If you need any help with ordering anything or what you need to create it, let me know. I can help you and give you some advice. Thanks for stopping by. I will see you tomorrow for the final in this series. Thanks, everyone. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.